If you're running a web design agency, making mistakes can cost you time, effort, and money. A few weeks ago, I shared 5 common mistakes that I've seen plenty of agency owners make, including myself. In this video, I'm going to share 5 more that could be holding your agency back. Keep watching if you want to grow faster and have less stress. Hi, thanks for joining. If you're new to this channel, I'm Rich Dean, a web designer and developer, former web agency owner, and author of the book series Start, Grow, and Sell Your Web Design Agency. My goal is to help anyone looking to start, grow, and sell an agency to save time, earn more money, avoid the common mistakes and pitfalls, and build a thriving and valuable business. Okay, so on to the main topic, starting with number 1, not investing in marketing. It would be lovely if clients just flocked to your agency based on the strength of your reputation and the quality of your work. That can happen, but it can also take years to build your agency to that level. When you're just starting out, or even when you've been growing for a while, you'll need to invest in strong and robust marketing to get your name out there and in front of potential clients. That means spending money, and it's not something you can avoid, but I've seen too many business owners who are too cautious to spend, only to then wonder later why they haven't got enough work. Marketing is a huge topic though, so not something we'll go into detail here, but generally, there are 2 ways that you can do this. The first is active spending. So this will be paying money for things like promotional activity, advertising, events and exhibitions, or paying for the services of marketing professionals. So in this case, you're actively allocating a portion of your profits towards marketing. The second is forfeiting earnings. So this is where you don't actually spend money directly, but instead you invest a certain amount of your time and other resources instead of doing paid work for clients. So this could be setting aside time each week for you or your team to do things like improving or redesigning your agency website, writing or creating engaging content, or going to things like networking events. Either way, you'll need to be comfortable with creating a marketing budget and sticking to it. Number 2, not scaling fast enough. So tools like AI can certainly help you expand your capabilities or capacity. But if you want to keep growing and taking on more work, there will be a point when you'll either need to start employing people or expand your current team. The mistake I've seen plenty of agency owners make is to take too long to do this, which can lead to bottlenecks and all the associated stress that goes with that, like project delays, quality issues, and unhappy clients. It's not an easy problem to solve though. Taking on a new member of staff is a big commitment, and there's also lots that can go wrong. So it's understandable that agency owners would and should be cautious about this. It can also be hard to know whether a busy period is a sign of longer term sustained growth or just a blip. So the best way to stay on top of this is to use data in your business to monitor things like your workload, cash flow, your current expenditure, and your future pipeline. If you can compare historical trends and how your agency has performed in the past compared to how it's likely to perform in the future, this should give you a clear indication of when you'll need to start recruiting. Just before we go any further though, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We're a pretty new channel, so it would really help us to keep producing helpful content like this if we can get those all important likes and subscribes up. It won't cost you anything and it won't take you a second. Okay, back to the main topic. Number 3, not dealing with problem employees fast enough. Okay, so we've just discussed why taking on employees quickly is important, but failing to deal with the problem ones can also be a common mistake that I've seen many agency owners make, and it can be an expensive one. So despite everyone's best efforts, sometimes it just doesn't work out with an employee. Perhaps their work isn't up to scratch, or perhaps it's their conduct. Whatever the reason, you'll probably know when it's not working. Perhaps you'll have clear evidence, or perhaps it would just be that niggling feeling in your gut that something just isn't right. But you can't bury your head in the sand on this one. Problem employees can have a toxic effect on your business, sapping your energy, affecting team morale, and potentially damaging your client relationships and profitability. But employment law can also be complex, and there are rules that you'll need to follow. The way that I always approached this was to work with a qualified HR or legal professional, so someone I could talk things through with and someone who could guide me through all the potential pitfalls so that any issues could be dealt with as quickly as possible and so that we achieve the best possible outcome for everyone involved. Number 4, being sketchy or unreliable. Running an agency can be busy, and so it's easy to feel stretched or overwhelmed and to struggle to get everything done. However, one of the biggest mistakes I see so many agency owners make is to let this busyness, or often just a lack of organisation, to manifest itself to clients through being sketchy or unreliable. This can kill an agency, and it can happen in many ways. It could be failing to respond quickly enough to a new business inquiry, meaning you lose the project to one of your competitors. It could be promising to do something and then not delivering on that promise. It could be delivering a piece of work that isn't up to scratch or continually missing client deadlines. The problem with all of this is that it destroys your reputation. And as everyone knows, reputations are what successful businesses are built on. Reputations can also take a lot of time and hard work to build, but they can be wiped out in an instant. So I think the main cause of this is prioritizing the wrong things. We get caught up on those little things that seem important, but then we miss the things that really do matter. So the way to overcome this is to make sure you prioritize those really important things. That may sound easier said than done, but you could try something like the Eisenhower matrix. I talk about this in my second book, Grow, but it's also a well-known method where you basically look at all the tasks you carry out and all the things that vie for your attention, and then sort them based on urgency and importance. Number 5, not taking responsibility. Another big mistake I've seen many agency owners make is to simply not accept or realise that, as the agency owner, they're the ones who are ultimately responsible for everything that happens in their agency. They don't show sufficient leadership or management, and they wonder why their agencies drift aimlessly. They delegate too much to their team, and then they wonder why they need to step in and fight fires when things aren't done properly. And whenever there's a problem, they're never anywhere to be seen. The problem with this is that, again, it goes back to reputation, and not just the business owner's reputation, but the whole agency's. Employees will want to do the best that they can, but without someone at the top to show ownership and leadership, the whole agency can start to drift. Problems can increase, clients will start to get disgruntled and leave, and very soon serious cracks can start to appear. But I also think this is one is easy to fix. You just need to show up. As an agency owner, it's your business. So it's vital that you invest enough time to run it properly and to be the one who's visibly accountable. Okay, so hopefully you found this video useful and it will help you avoid some of these common mistakes. If you've enjoyed it, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. This will really help us to grow the channel so that we can carry on making helpful content just like this. I also discuss this and many other topics in my book series Start, Grow and Sell Your Web Design Agency, which you can buy on Amazon now, and I'll share a link in the description below. And if you'd like to watch more informative content, then why not check out this video here. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.